Hello Sunshine and welcome back to my channel, Sunshine in My Code. My name is Sawahudimo and today I'm actually out in the sunshine and it's ruining my lighting, but that's okay. And today I'm going to be covering top companies that are worth billions and billions of dollars but are actually not profitable. So American international investors tend to value growth over money. So even if companies aren't making profits for the first couple of years, they actually still get very highly, and their shares are really high, and people are willing to put money into them because they're seeing their growth and expansion. And yeah, today I'm going to be covering some of those companies. Yay! So the first company is Twitter. After over a decade in the game, Twitter only started being profitable last year. And yeah, it's kind of like been a while, and I think most people, I just assumed Twitter was making a lot of money, but I had a look at their financial records and they only started pulling in profits last year. So Twitter went public in 2013 and they're now valued at $14.4 billion. And Twitter has over 336 million users and about 50 million tweets a day. And still at this rate, they were still not making a lot of money. So you're probably wondering, how did Twitter suddenly start making money as of last year? Well, it turns out moving to 280 characters and not 140 attracted a lot of people to the site. And also the ad revenue also went up after fake news scandals, and Twitter actually cleaned up their user base and they removed about 9 million bot users. The second company we're looking at is Snapchat. Everyone kind of likes Snapchat until they completely redesigned, and apparently everyone just pulled off, and they did also have some controversies. But before that time, Snapchat was actually not profitable and only started becoming profitable afterward. In 2015, Snapchat made a net loss of about $500 million. And in 2016, they actually released in the IPO that Snapchat may never be profitable, and even if they are, they may not be able to maintain profitability. Fortunately, in 2018, with 300 million users, Snapchat made a gross profit of $382 million. So in spite of all the poor decisions they've made, they've actually managed to become profitable, even in spite of the Facebook kind of stealing some of their features. The application seems to be doing starting well. In 2009, Uber has now been available in over 600 cities worldwide, and Uber drivers finish about 15 million trips a day. And yeah, Uber seems to be doing well from our perspective, but actually they've never seen profitability. And the one time they did see profits was in 2008 in the second quarter, when they sold operations in Asia and Russia to local competitors. And I don't know if you can still count that as profit, because at the end of the year, they still made net losses. So Uber's problem, even though they have 70% of the hail cab, the cab market, they seem to be really still struggling to make profits, because Uber subsidizes some of their riders. So if a ride is really cheap, Uber will still subsidize it so that it's profitable for the driver and still very cheap for the user. And this is kind of expensive, and especially because they have international operations, which also becomes logistically just more expensive, and that makes it harder for Uber to be profitable. And in order to stick around in the game for longer, they're going to have to increase their market share. And Uber's investors have actually encouraged the company to just quit all international operations and focus on North America. And it's still not very profitable, but investors do believe in its growth and what the disruption to the market that it's brought, and that's why so many people are still invested in the company, even though profit-wise it's not doing so well. The streaming music service Spotify has been around since 2006. Spotify has 90 million users, which is about 40 million users more than Apple Music, and they make their revenue from advertisement and subscriptions, which is really great. But they also have to pay artists, and for every new subscribers, the artist royalties increase, which puts Spotify in a position where they aren't making a lot of money from the subscriptions themselves. Not to mention, hosting music at high quality is also really expensive. In 2015, Spotify recorded a net loss of $194 million. They went public in 2018 and they're now valued at $26 billion. In February 2019, 2 months ago, Spotify recorded their first quarterly profit of $94 million. However, they have said that they're expecting a loss of about $200 to $400 million at the end of the year. Things are looking good, and the good news is their net losses are decreasing, which means that eventually they will reach equilibrium and then start making profits. Tesla is pretty much responsible for the electronic car revolution. They've kind of made us see electronic cars in a different light. But for a long time, Tesla was not very profitable. Tesla is valued at 50 billion US dollars, which is more than 4. Even though Tesla is growing very well, they're also investing a lot of their money, whatever profits they can make and whatever loan they can get, back into the company, which is really good because it means they're investing in their growth as opposed to getting money out of the company. In 2018, Tesla finally made a profit of 138 million US dollars, but they still had 9.4 billion US dollars in debt. So yeah, that's not looking good. However, the positive results, yes, it's mainly due to the Tesla Model 3, which is affordable, because one of the major concerns with Tesla projects is that they're not always affordable to everyone, and if they don't scale very well, it makes it difficult to justify the expenses of building these amazing cars when you can only build. Stay tuned to my channel. I hope you learned something today, and I must say I am quite jealous of the international tech scene because there is so much room to make so many mistakes, and you can run for so long without being profitable. And there's no pressure to be profitable as long as an organization is growing. We don't really see that a lot, and specifically in South Africa, where companies are expected to be profitable within 2 or 3 years, or people just leave, or investors don't stick around for that long. And yeah, thank you for watching my channel.